Give me a second. I'm readjusting my screen here. Okay, so Facebook is being wonky today. So I'm just giving you all a heads up before anybody says anything. And we'll give you all a couple minutes to get on Discord. I see some people are pulling up. I say that because I run a hobby shop, so I say, I'll give it a few more minutes. People pulling into the driveway, so I'm used to say pulling up. But this is Anthony Haslage of HaslageNet, and you might know me as Tanya online. And I'm here with Tina Minchie. You may know her as Home Mew. Say hi, Tina.
Hi, my name is Tina. I go by Home of Mew.
I think I just said that. I'm trying to get the screen to reset because I decided to change a couple of things, but it's being a jerk. There we go. Okay.
For the record, Home of Mew is all lower caps. I know that's never.
I think I did that somewhere. I mean, I think it is all lower cap wherever I wrote it.
Yeah, it is. I'm kidding with you. Like, some people will, like, capitalize H and O and M. I don't know why, but they will.
Well, I think it's more like they do it so they can see the separation in the name. Otherwise, it looks like if you don't see capital H, capital O, capital M, you're like, what am I looking at? What is this? Because there's in Ohio here, the city of whatever website, and so they all capitalize the first letter of each word. So when you're driving by, you go, oh, city of blank. Otherwise, it's just one long line of small letters. So it doesn't hit your brain as you're driving by 50 miles per hour. That is the city of whatever. Okay, so there is a live vote right now for today's theme. Right now, I think the lead is doing a No Evolutions deck, which is actually my favorite thing. Which I may end up being making this summer. I feel like with all the team-ups, making going back to a No Evolutions deck, it would be easy because there's so many basics being released to GXs right now. Especially all the team-up basics, that there could be some fun combinations out there. I mean, in the first set there was 5 or 6 team-ups, right?
I'm the wrong person to ask about that. There were probably 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously a team-up has a penalization of 3 prizes if you get knocked out. But there are other cards you can use that are GXs or if you expand EXs that are basics that you don't need to evolve into, which make it for a fun, and just simply power mechanic. Problem is, you have to make sure you have some way to bring out a lot of energy, a lot of draw power. Luckily, double colorless energy is still a thing. I'm hoping that Double Dragon will become a thing, because Double Dragon is only expanded right now, so that's I checked. Okay, so getting blasted here by messages. Okay. So I had two things. So it came up this weekend. Some people were wondering how we do live streams. Now, which is funny. Tina and I actually used, or currently use the clients each of us used to use. So, Tina, explain to them what you're currently using and what you used to use, and why you switched.
I used to use OBS. I used to use XSplit. I'm currently using OBS. I switched because I don't know. I had the paid version of XSplit for a while, and I just switched to OBS. There's no real reason I switched other than I like OBS better.
That's funny. Okay, so I started with OBS. I didn't like it. And I switched to XSplit. Now, some people were commenting, well, XSplit, it doesn't let you do very much. Well, that's not true. It depends on which version you're using. Because there are... So they have Gamecaster and Broadcaster. And Gamecaster is fairly straight out of the box. You just broadcast your games. There's nothing fancy about it. You can't really do anything. There's no scenes. You can't. As far as I'm aware, I only played it a couple of times. It is the most basic form of anything you do. More systems can run it because it is so stripped down. But Broadcaster is what I'm using right now. And Broadcaster allows you to do the border that I have, the camera, which Gamecast also allows you to do the camera part. And there's other things I can do, different scenes, I can do different types of presentations, I can switch this all live, which also things OBS does. I can do more cameras. If you watch some of the stuff I have on YouTube, keep in mind, and I should mention this, for anything Tina, it's home of view. For anything me, it's HaslageNet. So on Twitch, and in my case also on YouTube. But anyway, you can see that I do different things depending on what different videos I do. And most of my videos have been, at least in the last year or so, have been XSplit. So the customization features are the same on either. But the paid part of XSplit is more like multi-streaming features. Some advanced plugins. So if you want to edit into XSplit, that's when it starts to cost money. Now for me, and Tina's not doing this, I am rebroadcasting or what's called simulcasting or multicasting to Facebook and YouTube. And that is actually a streaming service that currently is free called Restream.io. And you can go get a free account and do that. And then what they do is they take your stream and broadcast it to them. And then what you do is provide permission to access your YouTube, Facebook, and your Twitch, and then they take your stream and broadcast to those three. And you're only broadcasting one stream still, so it's not taking extra loads on you, but that's the way you can multi-stream. Instead of having to pay for the plugins and XSplit, I feel like XSplit's pulled my free license on just saying this. This is just taking money out of their hands. But it's a way you can do it for yourselves without having to pay any extra. At least for right now. Now Forbes, I don't know if you know anything about Forbes, is a business magazine, and a number of other business magazines recommend Restream. It's actually very good. And they give you, just like Twitch does, at the end of a stream, results based on viewership for all of the connections, but they also give you feedback on your quality. So you can make adjustments. So I found that really useful, and I've had made adjustments. The one thing that it doesn't tell you is, like last stream, I had some going problems. It doesn't actually listen to your stream in that sense. It's more of a, let's check bit rate, let's check if you have, how many threads you have going through the stream, etc. So you really require live feedback on anything visually or audio, technical, issue-wise. So I figure, since people are asking, now you know. Now again, these programs are, while they're not too CPU intensive, you still need a decent CPU. Tina, what are you running on your system?
For CPU?
Yeah.
I don't know with this computer.
What is your computer offhand?
This is a Lenovo Legion Y520.
I have no idea where that ranges in class-wise. It's obviously not a lower class computer because it wouldn't run this at all.
No, it's a gaming laptop.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty good then. So gaming laptops are typically middle to higher class computers to begin with. So they're built for streaming. My computer was a high-end home model/low-end gaming, which I then upgraded. So I have a higher GPU/higher. I maxed out RAM on it because my CPU by default was already near the top of the Intel line for generation 5 or 6, which was it was an i5. I couldn't afford it. That was crazy money, a couple years ago. But so at least on this computer, I don't think your processor or your CPU is over limit or whatever. I do get that occasionally on my laptop.
Have you seen the new i9s?
They have i9s? Holy crap, man! I have not. What are they running spec-wise, or do you not know that yet?
Oh.
You know? No. Okay. So anyway, if you have any questions for me to ask, I'll do the best I can to answer them on the streaming front. But so I feel like we should see what we have going on right now. I'm going to check the votes. If you're in the Discord chat room, remember to switch to the Pokemon TCG Battle live room. And click on something. Let's see what the votes are.
I just googled up i9, 16 megabytes, MB Smart Cache, 8 cores.
Okay, so it's octa-core.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think my current one is 6 cores, so that's pretty good. But 16, wow. Just wow. 16 CPU, like CPU with 16 gigs of RAM already attached to it?
16 cache and then 5 gigahertz. And then 16 threads.
I mean
8 cores. Oh my Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's impressive.
I can run 8 instances of life. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so if you're in the chat room right now, and I see at least somebody is, let's give away a free booster pack. So in the Pokemon TCGO Battle live room, if you could throw a trivia question out into the chat room, and the first person to answer will receive a Pokemon Sun and Moon Team Up TCGO booster pack. We'll hand it out a little bit later tonight, and we'll exchange information then. And then we'll do that. So go ahead and don't ask that one crazy hard question you had last week. That was nuts. What song is spoken in both languages?
What song is? What song is in? Never. Lol. Oh no. Anything?
I mean, Pokemon related, obviously.
I mean, how many people do we have watching? Because I need to throw something out, at least something decent. If we only have like one person watching.
This will take me a second to gather stats because Facebook is being wonky. Give me a sec. I'm going to mute my mic so I don't get any feedback.
Operation is illegal. We get to take out a very bad man and be set for life.
It wasn't just Lorea's money in that.
We have 6 active watchers.
Which Pokemon movie in the English version did they add something to the original that the original Japanese version didn't have?
So which Pokemon movie in the English version did they add something?
They added a scene. They added a scene to this. It's the only Pokemon movie they added a scene to in the English version that wasn't there in the Japanese version. Yeah.
Okay, so the first person to log into the Discord into the Pokemon TCGO Battle Room and answer that will receive the SM TCGO SM Team Up TCGO Booster Pack. So the question is posted. So there you go. And then we'll move on. Okay, so before we start playing, there's one other topic. And how do you feel about profanity on programs of popular media? What is your personal opinion on that?
Like TV,
so
in general.
I'm putting around YouTube, and I'm looking at various Pokemon streams. And people are talking about Pokemon and trying to be professional, but they're throwing the casual F-bomb and, S-word. They're not keeping it, Pokemon's family friendly, but they're just talking like they're talking to their best friend. It makes me feel weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, you're trying to present yourself as professional, but you're talking like you're talking to your best friend at home, I feel like maybe that's a mixed message.
I agree that Pokemon is a family game. However, I used to go to a Christian private school, and you couldn't even say pissed off, right? So it depends what you defined as vulgar language. If you get my drift.
So you're saying it's entirely subjective.
Well, okay, in a Pokemon stream, I highly suggest not using the F word, right?
Right.
Because I think everyone agrees that's a little vulgar for a child's. But if someone says shit, I didn't draw the card I got, and they say that once during a stream, yeah, I mean, as long as they don't say it every other word, that might be acceptable. But if their entire stream is rage or whatever, I find that highly inappropriate. But no, I'm someone that oh shit, I forgot my keys on my desk upstairs. I have to run up and get my stuff, and go back down. It depends on the person. But with Pokemon, I really feel like you should minimize it as much as possible. Doesn't mean... I mean, at least keep it PG. And, if you watch any PG movie, take the old Home Alone movies, right? As long as you, keep it, PG, then I think it's appropriate, right? Because Pokemon... the new Pokemon's rated Y7. Used to be rated Y. It depends which version you watch. The old version is, definitely Y. But the new version's Y7. Pokemon, the Ho-Oh movie, the 20th anniversary movie, there was a scene where, Ash died and went to a realm that didn't have Pokemon. So, Pokemon does go into some darker aspects. So it's highly up. As long as they're in the spirit of Pokemon, I think it's acceptable.
Okay.
I know that's really vague.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Adjusting my sound settings so I don't get my ears bled out. Okay. So we have to build some deck for that evolution. Now, I feel like we should stay in the standard format, because I think if we had to delve into the expanded format for non-evolutionary cards, we would probably be for a lot longer. You do have a lot of DX stuff you can use, right?
I actually have a non-evolution deck built.
Well, I still got to build one because by the spirit of this endeavor, I build nothing. I plan to build from scratch every time. So I have to build a new deck. So let's see if there's anybody in Team Tony. Oh, I guess I'm on my own right now.
Well, I mean, I have I'm trying to build Pikarom online, which is all basic Pokemon. And I had the Venusaur deck that's all basic Pokemon as well. So
I kind of want to build Pika-Rom in real life, and I think I have the cards for it here. I have not looked, but I guess we'll find out in a sec. Let's see what I got for GXs.
I think Pika-Rom, even with the release the promo, which is coming out, I think it's supposed to come out on the 13th, so it came out. Like, I was looking on eBay, and to buy the promo Pika-Rom is like $13, which is insane for a promo. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, I guess I don't have it on. I'm sad now. I do have a Whale Lord Magic Carp, so you give me what to do. Pulverizing pancake?
Pulverizing pancake. Talking about going back to language, like Incineroar and the Japanese attack was what was it, goddamn pun? Like that's what it literally translated to from Japanese. So there are definitely some people that wouldn't like having, you know, goddamn punch in Pokemon. Right?
Ooh.
Right?
Oh,
I forget what they changed it in English, but I know in the Japanese version it was goddamn punch, and I was like, yeah, they're gonna translate that when it comes to English, right? So,
because I was looking through this, like trying to figure out what would be the best like type build. It looks like I can build an okay electric deck based on what I have. Just. I don't know, kind of like a Pika-Rom without the Pika-Rom.
I mean, you can't build Pika-Rom without Pika-Rom.
I know, but I mean, I don't have enough Zekrom to do what I want. I kind of like that. I wish I had more of this guy. Not gonna tell you what I have. Okay. What about this one? Ooh, I like that. I'll figure something out. Okay, what about you?
So, how do you feel about, like, it feels like, and I don't want to talk about names, obviously, because that would be very unprofessional of me. But how do you feel like anytime? It feels like to me every time like there's a regional going on, which is like all the time. It always seems like X person asked Y person to scoop to them, and it's not like they asked them for like compensation. That's a completely different, you know, discussion kind of. But it seems like there's always someone one person asking another person to scoop to them in a regional. And even in like smaller events like League Cups, and I don't know like if that's just me. Like it always seems like there's one person who's doing it, or is this the Pokemon community likes to witch hunt people? I don't know how I feel about that.
Is this a continuation of the discussion we had off the air last week? Is this kind of where we're going with this?
Oh, well, you know, Toronto is this weekend, and I saw a post like, "Oh, what's the juice from Toronto?" Right? And I saw that post like, really? Really? You know, just because you have a big event doesn't mean you have to know the juice of, you know, people make mistakes, right? And I don't know how I feel about it, right? But it just feels like every single week that there's a post about it, right?
I mean, because I had somebody who runs those type of events. I just scheduled my next League Cup. I'm not even sure how to handle that if it comes up at this point. Because I'm afraid that now that they're punishing players for it, at some point they're going to have to, if it becomes a thing, they're going to have to punish organizers. And Other than that, what's one thing Pokemon's done? They've released a cultural sensitivity statement, which has nothing to do with this, and it really doesn't answer the question of should we keep doing this, or should we stop this thing from happening? And so there's a danger of us either ignoring it or getting involved in the process, because either way we're screwed if the result is really bad enough. Like we could ultimately be the determination between somebody becoming the world champion and somebody losing out. But I mean, it's the point where what if it comes out the world champion only got into had enough points because somebody did something
to them or asked them,
right.
I think, and I hate saying this, but and I've heard stories about people looking the other way, and I've talked to a lot of organizers, and like, how are you gonna punish organizers for that? Because it's like, well, if someone makes a support ticket, if someone doesn't really like someone, they could easily make a support ticket. Well, X person asked me to scoop, and Y organizer. Well, technically, it's not the organizer; it's the head judge, according to Pokemon rules. The head judge has the final say, not the TO. I don't know if you know that, but that's in their rules. Sometimes I think Pokemon forgets about that.
I leave it to head judge.
I mean, the TO, like, I've played Magic for a very long time, and the TO, like, literally just sits behind the computer in Magic the Gathering, and they let all the head judge make the rulings, and Pokemon is kind of the same way, or it should be the same way. Like, the organizer has a lot of other things to deal with. Like, trust me, a lot of other stuff to deal with. Their main job is to make sure the tournament runs smoothly. Their job is to make sure rounds get done on time, and that their venue is happy. Like, when I ran events, that was my main concern, like, making sure my venue was happy. I'm not kidding with you, that was literally my main concern. But it just, I think Pokemon needs to come out and say, organizers, this is a zero tolerance policy. We don't care if someone's new or not, because, in Magic the Gathering, if they're in top 2, they can ask for a prize split, and people are like, oh, this is legal in some other game. I just think that once people get, unfortunately, DQ'd, and I think it's highly, really, really unfortunate that they will get DQ'd, but they won't do it again, right? It's that old, mantra of if you, like, set the bar, like, they won't do it again, but, if you're like, oh, you're supposed to get DQ'd, but we're gonna give you a warning, right, instead, they might try it again, and they're like, oh, but last time they just gave me a warning. So, I think that can be, bad. I don't know how other people think about it, but, I think it's really, I think it's disrespectful asking your opponent for the win. I really do.
Yeah, I hadn't given it much thought. It's more of a, how do I say this? It was more of a, it didn't feel like my decision, but then we got players making the decision, like, I get, so instead of getting these points, I get all this prize now. So I win now to win later. I always get these points later type of situation, and then deciding later on that, sour grapes. It feels bad because, okay, so in one case, this guy took all the prizes and then decided, you know what? I'm going to report the guy anyway to trick me. So not only did he get to keep all the prizes, he also got the other guy banned. And that's where it gets dirty. And that's where it feels salty, and that's where I'm like, well, at this point, maybe we just ban the concept altogether. And then just outright say, no, But I feel like when we do things and ban certain behaviors that we're also discouraging people from going, you know what, I'm feeling it. You know what, you just take it, and then people are going to argue, well, something had to discuss behind the scenes, and then people start. And the problem is, I feel like sometimes maybe Pokemon takes rumors maybe too literally.
Definitely. I agree.
And it's scary to think that if enough people say that something is what it is, when in fact it may not actually be, that I'm worried that becomes the reality. And that makes
I'm not talking about obviously my situation, because I don't think it's proper for me talking about my situation, but I've seen a lot of witch hunts, I don't want to say any specific player's name on here, but there's been definitely certain situations where you go back to the video of the event, right? And it's so hard to tell if what they're doing is a mistake or on purpose, because when you're in a high pressure environment, let's say top 2 regionals or even top 8 regionals, you take a really long turn and you might play a second supporter, right? And people witch hunt you over that. I was playing in a league challenge. I was playing a league challenge. It just literally happened 3 times in a league challenge. That's the same people. But Muck Sunderman was in play, and 3 different people tried to use Marshadow Let Loose, which, they by the time we figured out what was going on, a game loss had to be issued, blah 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 blah, right? But that doesn't mean anyone's cheating, and I think sometimes the word cheating is thrown around a lot more than it should be. The Pokemon definition of cheating is, you do it on purpose, right? That's what it says in the cheating guidelines. But that's how I feel about it.
I'm almost done building this deck. I'm just trying to shore out the trainers I want. Ooh, actually kind of want.
Oh, and with the whole oh my gosh, the new you should respect everybody rule. I mean, I feel like that was kind of repetitive to I felt like it was repetitive to the spirit of the game rule. I personally was I looked at it at first, and I was a little bit uncomfortable, and then I read it again, and I'm like, oh, as long as you respect people, they're okay with it, right? Because, this, I don't agree with you 100% politically on stuff. That's right. Right? So, and then I'm like, well, political affiliation is, I'm like, well, what are they getting at? Because unfortunately, we live in a world that, I live here in Texas, so I could walk in with a Beto shirt and it's okay.
Is it Beto? I thought it was Beto, which is it's Hispanic and Irish name together. It's weird.
Well, he's Irish. O'Rourke is an Irish last name.
But what about Beto?
It's a Spanish nickname. He grew up here in Texas.
Oh, okay. I was confused about it because he don't look Hispanic in the slightest.
No, he's Irish. Okay. O'Rourke is a very, very Irish name.
Yeah, I got that part, yeah.
But no, and then, so it's okay to walk around in a Beto shirt, but if I walk around in a Cruz shirt, it'd be completely different. There's some people that think all Republicans are evil or whatever like that. And we're talking Pokemon. I mean, this is my personal opinion, and I've seen people wear political attire to Pokemon events. I respect the freedom of speech. If you want to wear a Beto shirt to a Pokemon event here in Texas, go ahead. I don't really care. But I personally believe that if you just there's so much stuff that could happen. Someone walks in with a Trump hat on or a MAGA hat on, and people will get offended or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I live here. I don't know if this everywhere in the United States because I live in the South, and because I used to live in New Jersey, and I know living here in the South, some of the tensions are higher between diverse cultures and other places, and that's unfortunate because Houston is one of the most diverse cities in the United States, and I like eating different types of food, and I'll go eat some Indian food. I love Indian food. Anyway, yeah, I read that statement like 5 or 6 times, and I really feel like it's because of the transgender community that's been playing in Pokemon the last 10 years, and it's not a new thing. It really isn't. When I was an organizer, I always had the policy of, like, come up to me, I'll change your name in the computer, it's not a big deal, right? And, like, I just think Pokemon wanted to put, like, something official on it that you can't bully someone if they're trans. That's I know it said a lot more than that. But that, like, I mean, you have how some women are treated in Pokemon as well. And I know that's a big topic, and some people actually don't think that exists. And as a female in Pokemon, it can get really weird. Especially as someone like me gets older. Like, the average age for a Pokemon player is like 24, 25. And it's coming to a point where I'm 33. So having someone 10 years younger than me trying to flirt with me is kind of weird. And I've had people make comments to me like, hey, you should be, like, flattered or something. Like, I don't really have a problem with a guy coming up to me and talking to me about Pokemon or trying to get to know me. I don't have an issue a guy coming up to me talking to me about Pokemon eventually. Oh, Tina's 33, I'm 21. Maybe that she's a little bit too old for me. I mean, it's coming to that point where I think it's very appropriate for Pokemon to say something like that. And it's not because the fact it's 2019 or 2020 and I just think that it's very repetitive of the spirit of the game rule, in my opinion. And like I said, the only reason I was kind of unsure about it before is, like, I was reading it, it says citizenship status on it. I'm like, what are they talking about? Because we travel all over the world for Pokemon, so I'm not a citizen. Like, if I play in the EUIC in Berlin, obviously I'm not a German citizen, right? But I'll have my stamps as I fly into Germany, right? So it's just really weird. And I know some countries, if you go in without like I went to Brazil, if you go in without a visa, they kick you out. So I wasn't really sure what Pokemon was trying to get at there, because obviously, if you fly into a country for a Pokemon event and you don't have a certain paperwork, you might get in trouble with the authorities, and Pokemon saying, well, it's okay for you to be here illegally, is kind of like, I don't know if I agree with that, but I think Pokemon was trying to say, like, if someone for some reason overstayed their visa and they're playing in a Pokemon event, you shouldn't bully them. And I agree with that. You shouldn't bully them in a Pokemon event. That's horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. And it's not like, you're Border Patrol or anything like that. So, like, I see where they're getting at there. But, like, I like doing things the right way. I really do. Like, I made sure to get my Brazilian visa when I went to Brazil, and I sat for an hour in their consulate, and it was just... Yeah, so... That was the only thing that caught my attention when reading that rule. I mean, then I read it again. It's like, oh, you shouldn't bully people. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go bully anyone over their status or like, yeah. If I'm playing in an American tournament and someone from, let's say Chile is in the U.S. playing a tournament, obviously they're not a citizen, right? So. I don't. To me, that kind of goes along with, race, I guess. But I don't know if Pokemon was trying to say if someone is truly illegal, like, you shouldn't bully them. I mean, that's obvious anyway, but it is kind of weird to me that Pokemon would, be okay with illegal activities, because they usually aren't. But I don't know. Maybe they'll say something about that. I don't know. But it's for not me to decide. I'm not gonna go to I'm not gonna go like, hey, do you have your paperwork? No, I don't do that to people. That's ridiculous.
Well, see, it makes me wonder if it's indicative of the current environment here in the United States. Because I can't imagine if a different person was maybe president now, that this would have been a release that would have been put out. I feel like it's just the environment is such a way now that, I mean, we're at the point now where, and I think there's some statistics that actually have shown that harassment is going up at certain levels. I think we talked about this off the air about this one person did a social experiment. He was a pro gamer who created a female character, and this female pro gamer, obviously not a real person created, actually got very good in some game rankings, and I'm sure if you search for it on Google, anybody's listening, you can find it somewhere. But essentially, this pro gamer created this female player, got her super high in some ranking in some game, and as she was approaching the top list, some people started to try to harass her. Now, keep in mind, this person wasn't real, and of course they were keeping themselves. All they were doing was playing the game. This male pro gamer playing the game as a female pro gamer. Just to see how people were reacting, and it was mostly negative. According to, and I kind of wish the pro gamer would come out, but he didn't want to lose sponsorship. I get it, but he said to the reporter that the female players, in most part, were very supportive because they were very happy to see that there was a woman in their community who was amongst the best players. But mostly males were responding with negative comments, basically vulgarities, and in two different attempts, swatting and doxing. So, and I guess this person does not exist. So, how I don't know who got this attack done on them, find out this thing happened. But I don't remember what the report is. And again, you probably find it Google. I don't care.
I think if you swat anyone, you're a piece of crap. Just for the record.
Yeah. Somebody actually is serving 20 years in jail for this. But basically, after he actually got warned by his team when he was caught, and they didn't have him either, he stopped. But it's just a sign that where we are as a gaming community is still not positive for females.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I agree that the problem with the Pokemon Company International is, and I agree here in the United States, there's a lot of issues with illegal immigrants, not just from one country, many countries. But the thing is, it says citizen status. That means they could still be in a visa, they still could be here on a green card, they could be visiting from another country, right? That they're on that like stamp visa, like on your passport, right?
It also mean their status is expired illegally, but it's none of your business.
Yeah, it's none of my business. And I like what Pokemon is trying to say, if you read it really closely, is you shouldn't harass like them. Like at a Pokemon event, like I would harass them period about it. Like I don't agree like that they're doing things the wrong way, but like I just think like since Pokemon's international like thing is not just here in the United States, because look at all the countries TPCI involves. Like, there's been Pokemon events in Dubai, okay? And if you go to Dubai, you follow their laws, okay? If you don't, they're not going to be happy with you, okay, at all. Same thing if you go to, some other countries. I can't think of off the top of my head, but like, okay, organized play is now in Russia, right? So, I mean, I've never been to Russia, but that would be kind of intimidating going to Russia. But, yeah, I think Pokemon, the way that if you read it, since Pokemon is an international game, and they state that at the very, very top, obviously people won't have citizen status, like, everywhere they go, right? I mean, I've been to Mexico, Brazil, Germany, Canada, and obviously I'm not a citizen in any of those countries, right? So, I don't know. Like, I've never seen Pokemon support anything that's illegal. Ever.
I live like 30 miles from Canada. I've been to Mexico and never been to Canada. So I literally could get like walk miles to the lake, get into a boat, go to Canada. But I've never done it. Ohio now has this thing where you have to get your birth certificate and your social security card, and then you get a driver's license that allows you to go to Canada. So that's what I'm going to be doing hopefully sometime later this year. So I can actually go to Canada once. That way I've been officially in Canada and Mexico. I went to Mexico a decade ago. And had pizza there. Did not know the pizza in Mexico has goat cheese on it. Wasn't bad, but goat cheese is apparently greasy, like really greasy. But I mean, it was two large pizzas for $10 or whatever it was, 1,000 pesos. So whatever.
Right. I mean, so if Pokemon has, like, this don't ask thing, like, I get that. Like, we're there to play Pokemon. I'm not there to be like, hey, so, Anthony, are you a citizen? Are you here legally? Yeah, that's just right. That does not make any sense to me whatsoever, right?
Well, Bush had the don't ask, don't tell policy, and I feel like it's a good policy on the fact that I would rather people live their lives without having any questions about them than have to worry about what's going on with people's lives.
I agrui
So I get it. You're kind of ignoring some things, but on the plus side, I think we should be a society of exclusion. We were built on immigration. I mean, first built on killing the natives and then taking over, but then integration afterwards.
Right.
So I feel like we're just excluding people at this point.
Well, I'm not against immigrants. I mean,
you're an immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
No, I was not born in this country.
My great-grandparents were born outside the country.
Well, I was born in Seoul, so I wasn't born an American citizen. So as someone who wasn't born an American citizen and got naturalization, and naturalization papers, and like if you see my paperwork, it's like this thick, right?
You're doing a hand gesture on a camera I can't see, so. Remember, I'm it's a high percent paperwork, like an inch, 2 inches.
I don't know. I did like 2 inches, yeah. So
keep in mind, she was a baby, people. She doesn't even actually know.
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it. Okay.
I've seen it. I'm 33 now. Of course, I've seen it.
Okay.
When I got my U.S. passport renewed, I had to figure all that stuff out. They wanted everything when I got my U.S. passport. They wanted my naturalization. They wanted my birth certificate. They wanted yada 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 X Y Z A B C D E F G. Okay.
But then when they step on that plastic rubber, that's when it goes downhill.
Oh, when I went to Brazil, I had to put my country of birth in on the website, and I was scrolling down, and I put South Korea, and I looked above, and they wouldn't let you even put North Korea. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah, it's a terrorist nation, I guess, or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Alrighty, so you have a team ready. You want to try this thing out I just built?
Yeah.
Okay, so I
mean, we're talking video game.
Right, the thing we actually are here for.
Okay, let me send you a request. No, but I really think what Pokemon said is completely acceptable. We shouldn't be harassing anyone. Like, even if we disagree with them, that's completely uncalled for at a Pokemon tournament or in general. Like, as a human being, like there's a time and place for in my opinion, what I like to call politics, and if you want to talk politics at a Pokemon event, I think that's okay, but I would be very careful now that we have that rule, and you'd have to do it in like a respectful way. Like let's say you have a Democrat and Republican like sitting in the corner just talking about stuff, which I don't know if they would do that anyway, given the state of the United States. Like, people don't like talking to each other about politics anymore, but I think we need to get to a place where we need to get out of people's lives, and just try the best that we can, right? But I just feel so bad for these women who play male-dominated games, and they feel like they can't do it because they got harassed by a guy or something like that. That's highly unacceptable.
Yeah, it's definitely a slash fest in my store. I'm waiting on you, or the game freeze. Actually, the game can't freeze. Things going around your face. Okay.
But like I said, I really think that statement's for like the trans community in Pokemon, and I think that's highly, highly needed, especially for the organizers who might put a name in that of a transgender person, right?
I had a video game player that was transgender. I don't know what happened to her after she came out. She thanked me because this was the first judge came out. Two, I guess. And she kind of just disappeared afterwards. Almost, I don't know what happened to her. She posted on Burbank City. And
well, was she in the process? Like,
when I saw her, she was fully, at least visually what I could tell, fully done.
Female.
Right. And referred to as such, and gave me a female name. And
right.
So I'm trying to decide what to do here. So I don't know what happened to her after she made that. Hey everybody, I'm just letting you know that I'm transitioning, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then she just stopped coming to events.
Yeah, I mean, I knew someone who was literally starting the physical change, as I like to say it. Because mentally they've been always like they don't feel like they belong in their body. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not trans myself, but she was starting to go get female hormones and stuff like that, and I was friends with her, and she said to me, "Hey, Tina, I'm going to start taking hormones. I'm going to get some surgery done. I'm going to get female body parts, and I'm going to take a break from the internet." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get that. That's cool." And sometimes people need a break.
Yeah, it's been 2 years now, so I feel like the worst has happened. I haven't heard anything else from her. I haven't seen her passing. She was a regular customer in the store, so I'm not quite sure what else to think. So I can only imagine things went the worst way they possibly could.
I mean, the best you can do is be there for those people, right? I mean, I don't. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trans, so I don't understand it. So, but you want to be there and be positive, because you don't know what's going on at home, or you don't know what's going on with family or other friends. You don't know if they've lost other friends. You don't know if they lost other family. You don't know how much they've sacrificed to go through that transition. Right, and that can be really hard, and you just sometimes and people don't play Pokemon forever either. I mean, that's another thing. What the hell is this?
Me being crazy.
Who plays Raikou GX?
Me. I know nothing, but I have to accept.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Because we screwed each other by using this card. Crap.
Well, my Stadium helps you too, so...
I know.
Yeah. But there's a girl who I know, she's finished transitioning, and she's Asian, right? And she stood next to me, and I told you that one of us used to be in a male body. You couldn't tell. I guarantee you could not tell. And like, I've talked to her. She's like toxic girl, right? Like, she'll talk about girl stuff. Like, there's certain things that us girls just talk about, right? I can't believe that. Did you start with Taku Koko?
No. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know.
I think you did.
I'm listening to you and half watching what I'm doing, man.
Not my fault.
Burning and farting and... Aww.
You did it to me. I can't hammer you back.
I did. Oof.
But hopefully the whole "will you scoop to me" thing eventually, you know, becomes a lot less, because I just I really just don't think people should be asking that. I really don't. That's my personal thing. I know people don't think. I think definitely that I do. That's fine, but it's like, no, I'm not gonna scoop to you. You know?
Right. Damn it. Janet. Poops. Wait, what? Yeah, poops. All the healing. All my effort. You built the tank deck. Poops. And all that damage gone.
I'm sorry. Not really.
Poop.
Yeah, you have to one-hit KO Venusaur for it to work.
That's sad. It's so sad. What's going on here? Barely survived. Oh wait, no. What about this? Barely survived. Bicycle. Poop.
Did anyone get our trivia yet? Nope. Wonder if it's too hard for people. Wait, do you know the answer to that question?
Which one would be the English version that I've seen to? This version. Yeah, Jeff version. Actually, no, I do not. Huh.
Well, if no one gets it by the end of the stream, I'll tell you.
Hold on, guy. Give it a shot. Crap. Oh, what a shot. Crap. Just realized somebody That was a mistake. I shouldn't have. Oh, my. Okay. Man. That. Oh, wow. That is just super powerful. I don't even have anything to compete with that. Do you mind if I predict a fire type? Anyway, go ahead and challenge me again, please.
I mean, I can build another deck really quickly.
No, I'm gonna see if I can change things up a little bit. Just go ahead and try again. Maybe I'll get lucky.
But yeah, I do think it's interesting Pokemon put political affiliation on there. I was just really surprised. Because that means someone can walk into a Pokemon event wearing a mega hat and you can't do anything, and then someone can walk in with a Bernie Sanders shirt and you can't do anything. But like then you take a step back. Right? And like, well, I guess that's fair then, right?
Huh. Yar.
Huh. A lot of different Pokemon.
Damn it! Of course you get the one you need.
Bicycle.
Killing me.
Bicycle.
Literally. Yes, I'm aware I weakened it. Yes, I know how to heal it.
Bicycle.
What I need is apparently more supporters.
Oh, I thought that was Pikarom, not just Rom.
Yeah, no such luck here. Yeah, I already know where this game's going because I am just not getting cards.
Floral Heal. Floral Heal. Buff Paddock. Pollen Hazard. Burn. Poison. Or poison and burn. Sorry. That was really risky for
Yes, it was. Damn.
Laurel Heel. Laurel Heel.
Maybe what we should do is after this match, you're just gonna destiny. I should have you build me a deck.
I don't know what you have on your account. Though.
I'm not even sure you can handle watching my stream while broadcasting your own.
I could.
Let's see.
I have a second computer on my floor. Yeah, I'm spoiled. I have like a million.
Did I forget to put a supporter in my deck? Yes, I did. No!
You got support?
I thought it was weird that I wasn't finding the Guzmas or Cynthias. I was talking to you because we were talking about that pro gamer thing, and I totally forgot to do it. That's why this deck isn't working at least halfway decently. Okay, well, continuing on.
How do you not have any supporters?
Because I was totally not paying attention. Whatever. We're just continuing with my wife.
So you're like Lele with no supporter? I think you need help. Great, you got Zekrom back. This is like the best thing. Like you did no damage because of your own stadium.
Are you excited about Pokemon though? Everybody keeps talking about Lucario Melmetal. I'm like, you know what? Even though I don't play that specific like steel type thing, I actually would love to have them in Retro Charizard.
I like Lucario Melmetal. Just screams enhanced hammers and Baba though. I don't know, that's just me. Did you just flip to try to do What are you doing? Why did you flip?
I think the combos in the Unbroken Bond set is just a lot. I feel like they're a lot more special. I don't know, because there was a lot more mythical team-ups, just with a lot more legendary team-ups. Yeah.
I actually am not a big fan of team-ups. It would have been different if they were like stage 2 Pokemon, right? But the fact that they're all basic, like... What are you doing?
I got three lucky heads, but I'm not going to get down on this one anyway. Turn change, yep, there goes. Don't know why I did that, that was weird. How much do I have to... Ay, caramba. Oh, jeez. This deck is meant slowly to keep him up.
You've never seen anyone play Celosaur before?
Not yet, no. The two decks I here is Pikachu and Mimikyu Gengar.
No one plays Mimikyu Gengar here. That's because I play Zoroark.
Yeah, because I play Zoroark Buzzball right now. And a lot of people moved on to team up decks.
The deck here is either Zoroark with Yveltal, because Yveltal can knock out tag teams, and Zekrom and Pikachu. That's
Really? That's it, huh? Yes. Poop. Higgly Diggly.
you have very straight.
I'm okay with that. This is gonna hurt, isn't it? Damn. Please don't be energy. 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 Like half deck is in here. Please don't be energy. Oh! Oh, right off the field. Woo! Let's see what do I want to do. Oh, good point. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, now do this. I saw Oh, no! That was so close! Oh, it just didn't have that energy.
Well, that's why I played netball, because it's an amazing card.
Oh, so close. I was so like, oh, I need one more turn. So close. Okay. So do you want to help me build it? You have another computer, right?
Yeah. Alright, actually I could probably pull up Twitch. Wait, that would be a bad idea.
You probably would echo. Actually, I don't know how you're doing it. Just delete this deck. Yes. Let's delete this deck too. Yes. Delete this deck. Yes.
Me or was Facebook dead earlier today?
Oh, Facebook wasn't letting you attach images, videos, GIFs. It was not letting you do anything. At least as recently as 9 o'clock.
Okay. I see I'm on Twitch.
Alrighty. So start a new deck. Standard. Okay. So what do you want to see in the Pokemans?
Okay. Remember Twitch is just styling for a bit. Okay.
Just tell people you're at HaslageNet right now.
Yeah, just filter GX right now, because you have to do basic Pokemon. Right, so filter GX, see what you have.
Or would you prefer this way?
That's the second one from the middle one.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, not so the picture.
You mean like this?
No, the other way.
You mean this way?
With the pictures, yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. Slight delay. Okay. So I have one of what you have. Yeah. Ooh, I have 3 Dragonite. I have all 3 Dragonite. I did not realize that. A bunch of garbage people here. Ooh, this is disturbing. I went and bought a special box to get him. Got a ton of him. I was running the EV deck using him and I think Sylveon.
But it's not the Umbreon's not the basic though.
Well, it was EV. Well, you know, that's what I'm anyway.
I have a bunch of Yveltal. Is that 3 the Yveltal?
Yveltal.
The dark one at the very, very bottom? It looks like you have 3 of him.
ER? 2, 3?
It looks like you have normal art, or full art, and then the rainbow rare.
Yeah. Definitely do.
You could make a deck out of that just for lols. You could play that with, like... I don't know. I don't know what you would play that with.
Well, never mind then.
Play that with, like, Tapu Koko or something like that. I don't know. Not the GX Tapu Koko, the regular Tapu Koko. You had like 1,000 booster packs, or did you get rid of those?
I got rid of all the old ones. I opened all the GX ones.
Oh.
Oh wow! I actually have him, and him.
The thing is, like, when I build decks, I'll trade stuff I'm not using for, and I'll have like 4 or 5 decks at any given time, right? So.
Wow, how did I get so many in this one? I got 6 of him.
You can use him with the Prism Star.
That's main Necrozma?
Yeah, you play with that with the Prism Star, and just discard a bunch of energies and Prism Star it back.
How many are we thinking?
You run over 4.
4? Okay. Let's see. Prism Star. Which Prism Star? Or Necrozma?
The Necrozma Prism Star.
Let's see if I can find
it. Is it? No, it's Solgaleo Prism Star. It's one of the prisms. The
Solgaleo. I have 2 Prism Star Solgaleo, so I obviously won, right? It says Radiant Star.
Radiant Star, you run it.
For each opponent play attach a steel energy if you just pile the any you like. Loop. Added. So there we go.
So what you do is you discard a bunch of energy and then you use Radiant Star.
Ooh, do I want to throw Jirachi?
I mean, you could.
Okay.
I thought you meant the other Jirachi, but...
do I have the Jirachi? Let me find out.
Good. The Jirachi that's like...
Super good in every deck.
Yeah, it's like... Jirachi, like, a skateboard is going up so much. It's insane.
I'm kind of happy I got the staff promo and then 2 of those I got out of one out of the booster box and one out of the pre-release kit. So I'm like, yay, I got all 3 versions. Prism? No, not the regular one.
At the pre-release, I was sad I didn't get any GXs. Because it's like the first pre-release I played in such a long time. I got the Charizard pack, and then I pulled Jirachi and 2 reverse holo Jirachi. I was so upset because I didn't get any GXs, and then I get home and I realize, oh my gosh, Charizard's going for a lot of money, and oh my gosh, Jirachi's going for a ton of money.
Which is funny. I had somebody traded my pre-release box with me because they were like, mine is bent up. They didn't want the card inside. And opened it up, and inside of it was the promo Charizard. So I was like, I got all the good cards out of the staff promos.
I think this promo Charizard is going to be worth less than the other promo staff Charizard, just because there's less other promo staff Charizard.
Okay. So I didn't have the good Jirachi team up, so what else are you thinking?
I don't know.
And then slime falls on your head.
Oh yeah, you want to run like 4 max potion. That's what I remember in that deck.
Okay, so let's see. What else in the Pokemon's department?
Like I'm adding supporters to this deck.
Yeah. I definitely make sure I remember a couple of them right away. John's always meet prisms. Yeah. Not quite sure. Well, you know what? This Pokemon Steel and Colorless. Let's see what we get. No, I don't like that. I kind of like the 190, but that's not the highest. I mean, it is effective resistance, so that's okay. Oof. Actually, I can't find that one. Go back to you. Actually, nope. I'd have to pull his tools, and that's a pure luck game right there. Ooh, I have an idea.
Oh, so
Nope. Oh. That's funny. If you were saying something, you just disappeared.
yeah, so one of my friends, he's a designer, and so I was making push cards for my campaign, and he made a comment, really wish you would let me design those. And I was looking at his going rates, I'm like, I could never afford his going rates. I was willing to pay people to make me the good design, but I was like,
Oh, that's right. There only one star. I'm in there. No. Ooh. Yeah, I'll go 2.
So I'm going to answer the question, since no one answered the question. Which Pokemon movie in English version did they add a scene to that wasn't there in the Japanese version? The answer is Celebi, a timeless encounter.
What was
Pokemon Forever.
Okay. Pokemon Forever. Okay, so let's see. Is Pokemon takes damage? No, not bad either. I kind of liked Stack Attack. Just for the 10-less damage, but it's not like a lot less damage, you know?
It's only for Ultra Beast. Oh, yeah.
Right. But I'd have to be in the lead to get advantage on the GX. I wish it said for 50 more for each price you have not taken. because that would be great. I'm going to throw them in there, but I may pull them back out. Okay. Alrighty, so two trainers. To the Batmobile. So far, this has been Cynthia as far as I got. Let's see. Acerola. Yeah, so I'll add 2. Since they're basics, that's an easy fix. Ultra Beast, oh, I like that. So we'll do one of those.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
Yeah. Okay, I don't like that. That's not guaranteed.
We're gonna need Ultra Balls and ways to discard your energies too.
Yeah, let's scroll down there real quick. Ultra Balls.
Ultra Ball.
What are we saying? 2, 3?
Well, you need to run all 4 because you need to discard energies, right?
We're going to do 4? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. What? Oh, I was going to say. Okay. Thunder, no. I swear there was a steel-based land somewhere. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. Stadium.
Oh, it's called Mount Coronet.
Yep, found it. Do. Okay. Is there any other ones I want? No. Oh, wait, what? Yes, this one. Okay. Okay, back to this.
Hey, do you have 60 cards?
No, I'm at 39. Although I do want either field blower or, let's see, or one of the hammers, as soon as I see. Going through these real quick, gives me more like super helper, steel type cards. I don't normally play steel, so it's all new to me.
Steel boots. You have them for called or steel goggles.
Boots. Nope. Gug. Metal. Oh, it's metal. Change the word metal. There you go. Metal frying pan. Steel Pokemon 2 takes 30 less damage. The one takes 30 less damage. Oh, they do the same thing. And your opponent's attacks and abilities can't put damage counters on it. Well, actually, Goggles is better than Frying Pan. Do a couple of those. Let's go back and look for the field blowers. And enhanced hammers real quick. Oh, there they are.
So I won't actually be here next Wednesday night.
Why?
Something to do.
Why? Field blower, where are you at?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Energy is 15.
It's part of being a politician. That's all you need to know.
I'm
not lying to you.
I'm aware. You can't they don't set schedule around you, and if they did, everybody would do it. Okay, and then strip steel energies. Remember how we're calling today. Let's check quick math here. Actually, okay. So let's save this deck. Oops, maybe help if I spelled it correctly. Okay, so go back to other ones we tried this deck. Give me a sec to suit it up. Find a nice metal Pokemon I like on the cover. I thought that mill messed with him. Maybe I have a coin for him. There's a lot of Mega Evolutions. Ooh. He's actually not bad. Another one. Oh, that's misleading. It's funny.
You ready?
Give me one second. I'm trying to find a nice metal sleeve. Which I may not have, because again, metal I don't typically play.
If you're level, 3 in metal, it gives you a metal sleeve.
Yeah, I don't typically play metal. That's why I don't have it. And I'm trying to decide which. You know what? I know what to do.
I need to work on my level on TCGO. I'm still 26. I'm 26 forever.
Where are we at? Hold on, let me edit something quick.
Yeah, it makes me sad I'm not here next Wednesday either. We would have played Magic Arena for April Fool's Day. It would be hilarious.
April Fool's is April.
Can we do that the first Wednesday of April? Do Magic Arena?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I mean, we both have Magic Arena, right?
Alright. Yeah, we should do that. Man, I can spell the word evolution. Evolution.
What's your ranking in Magic Arena?
I don't know. I only play a little bit with guys at the store, so probably not very high. And it wiped me like twice because of game beta stuff. So okay, so go ahead and challenge me. Okay. See, if I play a type I almost never play. I can find the deck. Wish you would let me sort. In which case I will just reschedule tomorrow's to let's see, or tomorrow's next week's to the 3rd, and that'll be April Fool's one. Really? You only got one Pokemon? Oh, oop. This is how we do it. Poop. And this is how you take it away. Freaking Giuliani.
What about Giuliani?
It's just something on TV from like 10 years ago. You ruined my good time. Thanks. Got six cards. You deck. Two of them are Celebi Venusaurs.
I only play Celebi, Venusaur, and Shaman. I don't play Lele.
I said six cards in your deck.
So I play 4 Celebi, Venusaur, and then 3 Shaman. That's
Really?
7. Wow. That's it.
It's
yeah.
Spectacular. Made me cry. Okay.
I made you cry.
I'm sleeping now. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. You've healed all that damage. Here, let's do this. That. I don't can't do anything. I mean, what the heck? Poop! Sounds like a bad Pac-Man sound when that happens. Of course, sunburn.
I haven't gotten the Promo League hammers, enhanced hammer yet. Interesting card is like in a box next to Crushing Hammer. I wonder if they're gonna have a Crushing Hammer promo. And is that Tool Scraper on top? A tool, yeah, 2 tools, 2. Blah, blah.
I feel like I'm fighting uphill. Ugh. No wonder Ash never wins. That's Connor?
What do you mean no wonder Ash never wins?
He never wins, man. He never wins. I'm watching the same. I'm watching the Russian version of Pokemon. Ash never wins. So.
Russian version.
Ash never wins.
Come on. I mean, I've seen the Korean version of Pokemon and the Italian version of Pokemon and the Japanese version of Pokemon and, but never the Russian version of Pokemon. Come on. I'll give that to you.
Effective to do.
Do you like how you did all that damage and it just went away?
I know, it's very annoying.
It's beautiful. It's thing.
Your deck upsets me. It's been, oh my god, seriously! I can never keep stadium because of you, you meddling dog.
I don't have a dog. I don't think Venusaur's a dog. It's like a flower, right?
I don't even know. There's absolutely nothing I can do this turn. That sucks. Should they not go in there?
You're live.
Skunks.
You don't have any energy. You need to run more metal energy.
I need to do a lot of things. One of these days I will get you. I will get you and your little dog too.
I don't have a dog.
It's just not going to be today. Because this game is over.
Like, I know when people finally beat me at Pokemon League, they feel like they accomplished something. I'm like, guys, beating me at Pokemon is not an accomplishment.
It will feel like one, trust me.
No, it's not an accomplishment. I assure you, beating me in Pokemon is not an accomplishment. Why did you do that?
Because I have to do a move. I mean... Oh my god, how many of these do you have on your deck?
I played 4 stadiums.
I play 4 stadiums too. It just seems like you're playing like 6 of the same one.
I play 3 Aether Paradise, and then I play 1 Light Florist.
Oh, that explains it then. You played all of them then. I think. No, you played 2 Aether... Oh, you played 3 so far. It just seems like poops.
Okay. I don't have any more stadiums, and this is my last stadium.
Huh. Well, isn't that special? There goes nothing. Oh, poop. That truly was nothing. Break him. Yeah. Oh, really? You torture me. Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna play around for a little bit.
You're a horrible cat.
I'm a cat now?
Yeah, you're like a cat with a mouse torturing it, and before it dies. Just make it have a heart attack. Oh, that sucks. That's not gonna work. Nah, that's not gonna work either. Why did I do that? That was the wrong move. Take backs. Okay. Poop. Oh well, I boo-booed. It was a misplan on my part.
Well, that's a little bit of an inconvenience, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. I would have burned out and poison out at the end of the turn. So I'm like trying to figure out what to do here.
You can like switch.
I don't have a switch.
Escape rope, Guzma.
And none of those are in my hand. I have literally energy and ultra ball, and I don't have a Pokemon that does switching. Poop. Game over. Sad times. Hey, it's here though, so there's that. So I died twice without burning. That's awesome. That's why I'm recognized not independent player. Alrighty. Oh, that was a nightmare. Oh, what are we doing now? I am talking to the cats.
Okay, because you're loud as hell, dude. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna get trouble?
Yeah. Talking to the cats.
Who is that? Your mom?
No, it's not. It's the person across the hall. Okay. Because I'm literally next to the door of my desk. Yeah. It's 11 o'clock anyway. I have to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna wrap this up. So I'm gonna go be sad about my losses, and then we schedule stuff for next week. And I'll talk to you later. And anything you want to see before we go?
Yeah, respect everybody. Don't give people a hard time if they're wearing a Hillary or Bernie or Trump shirt or whatever, because that's that cool. That's it.
Okay. So we'll skip next week, and I'll post something on the page, and then I'll schedule whatever. We have something planned for the week after next, so I guess we'll move it or whatever we have, because we have a long calendar for the quarter. So I'll mention that when I do the scheduling. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe. Home you on Twitch for Tina, HaslageNet for myself on Twitch and YouTube. And thanks for watching. And I'm disconnecting now.